Let's create a data visualization object for an HR dashboard consisting of two sections. The first section will display key performance indicators, and the second section will provide a detailed analysis of the trends in these indicators on a weekly chart. First, we'll create a table with the initial values for the key performance indicators section, which includes the ratio of job vacancies to resumes. The table will have 3 columns. The first column contains the initial values, the second column provides spacing for decorative chart design, and the third column shows the remainder to 100%. Based on this initial table, we'll create a visualization template using a horizontal bar chart. If needed, switch columns and rows. Disable all unnecessary elements on the bar chart and set a transparent background to get a clean template for further customization. Next, we'll create 2 oval shapes to fill the middle section of the bar chart. Copy each oval and paste it into the middle section of the bar chart, using the shapes to fill the central area. Make the first left part transparent and fill the third right part with a black color at 30% transparency. Adjust the width of the bars in the data series settings of the bar chart. On a separate dashboard sheet, create a rounded rectangle shape. Set the height to 5.7 inches and the width to 6.4 inches. Apply a gradient fill for the background and border lines, using the color codes and positions shown on the screen. create another rounded rectangle and set the rounding to the maximum possible. Fill it with black to highlight the scales of our future progress bar chart against the dark background. Copy the black rounded rectangle. Construct the progress scale using regular rectangles. Three small vertical rectangles will symbolize the divisions on the progress scale. Group all four rectangles into one object group. Copy this group for the second column of the horizontal bar chart. Transfer the progress chart template to the dashboard sheet. Overlay the template on the scales and align all objects relative to each other logically according to the design. Also optimize the bar chart size to fit the decorative chart elements. Adjust the bar widths as needed to match the object sizes and spacing. To better organize the template sizes, change one value to the minimum 0% and another to the maximum 100%. Adjust the central bar spacing by linking it to a cell on the dashboard sheet and fine-tuning the spacing to fit the design geometry. After positioning and adjusting all objects on the dashboard, restore the initial values in the table. Add a text label linking to the table name and format the label's appearance. Create a table for the weekly chart to analyze the trend of indicators over a week selected from the database. It will have two columns for two types of values, and the first column starts with a start value, not the first day of the week. The chart will extend beyond the block boundaries, requiring two extra values, one at the beginning and one at the end. Thus, each column in the original table will have 9 values instead of 7. Initially, fill the table with random values for example purposes. The first and last values in the table columns are formulas to draw the chart line extending beyond the block at the beginning. Highlight the range B2C11 in the table and create an area chart. Add 2 more data series, again referring to the same 2 columns in the table. Change the chart type for the 2 added series to a line chart with markers. For the trend chart, we need a new block. Copy the block on the dashboard sheet and slightly change the gradient fill color to differentiate the 2 blocks visually. Transfer the combined chart to the dashboard sheet and position it above the block. So that its first and last values extend beyond the block boundaries, adjusting the chart size accordingly. Stylize the chart with matching gradient colors for the areas, lines, and markers. To neatly crop the chart section extending beyond the block, create a mask effect using the shape editor in PowerPoint. Copy the block shape to PowerPoint to get its exact dimensions. Overlay a slightly larger rectangle on the block. Select both shapes, center align them, and use the Combine tool to subtract the block shape from the rectangle, creating a new shape with a hole in the center matching the block's size. Copy the mask shape from PowerPoint to Excel and carefully overlay it on the block. Align the mask and enjoy the refined look. Add a text label linking to the name of the initial table for the weekly HR Indicators Trend Analysis chart. Link the charts to the database. On the datasheet, select the entire table range of 1H366 and name the range My Data. Create a pivot table for this range. Specifying My Data as the data source and placing the pivot table on the control sheet in cell A3. In the Pivot Table Builder, set the Rows field to Values from the Day column and the Values field to Data from all value columns. We need another pivot table for selecting values from the database based on conditions. Copy the first pivot table to cell A15. In the second Pivot Table Builder, change the Rows field to Month. Create slicers for data columns day and month based on the pivot tables. Connect the day slicer only to the first pivot table and the month slicer to all pivot tables. Customize the slicer's appearance to fit the dashboard design harmoniously using the Slicer Style Customization tool. We connect the data cells for the charts to the pivot table values using formulas. The pivot tables manage the selection of values from the databases based on conditions, while the slicers control the pivot tables. The charts read the values from the pivot tables through formulas. Test the dashboard's functionality by selecting data with the slicers. In this example, we learned to create a constructive data visualization design for both key performance indicators and dynamic values. Both sections can be added to dashboards to present HR metrics.